Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here, my brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Taking a go out today, see if things came out, see if things are on sale today. Now today though, new release-wise, some of the big things that come out today is, there's two films coming out, catalog films, coming to 4K for the very first time. One of them is Collateral, and the other film is Total Recall. I always absolutely love Total Recall, such a fun movie. It's one of those movies I've watched so many times throughout the years. Other than that though, some of the new releases that are coming out is, the movie Possessor, which is directed by David Cronenberg's son, which is a really, really cool film. That's one, too, I'm really wondering what version of it they're going to be carrying in stores, because there's a censored version of the film, and then there's the uncensored cut of the movie. So I'm really interested in seeing which ones they have in stores. I feel like the ones that are going to be in most stores, I'm thinking, is probably going to be the censored cut of the film. And then other than that, though, the other film that's releasing today is the movie Smiley Face Killers, which stars Crispin Glover. Also, though, at the end of this video is going to be a whole bunch of brand new DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K reviews for some things I received to review and talk about for you guys. So some really, really cool stuff. So definitely stay tuned for those at the end of this video. And as always, too, let me know as well what you guys thought of the DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks that I reviewed at the end of this video. If you guys have seen them, like I'm saying, what you guys thought of them, and also if you guys plan on picking any of them up. But anyway, though, guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into Walmart we go. Yeah, and I'm really shaking things up today. I'm going to, Walmart first, and I'm, because basically, this Walmart, this particular one, so often, it's a lot of them lately though, haven't been having the new releases out on the shelves and everything. So I figured I'm going to go to this one, first, and then not even bother going to the Target that's right next door, because if this one doesn't have anything, because so often this one and the Target don't have the new releases out. So if this one doesn't, I'm just going to immediately leave this area and go to the other one, one of the other Walmarts that, and hopefully that one will have out the new releases. But fingers crossed, we will see. We're just about to get there, so we'll see what they've got. Well, I can see from right here, it's not looking good. Like I said, it's really strange. This particular Walmart lately, it just keeps on being empty like this. And you see the spots for this stuff, I don't know what this one is, Rising Hawk, Original Gangster. It's still the same stuff, the Peninsula 4K, New Mutants, Mulan. But in all these weeks, I've never seen this location have New Mutants in here at all. So it's so strange. And then let's see if there's anything here on the side. Anything right here on the side though? New, yeah, nothing new that I notice over here. And we'll just peek right here too in the section over here. Sorry, right over here in the section. But look, here it is again, the same situation, totally, all empty. You see all the stuff in the last couple weeks, and some stuff down here you see all the spots, Deadheading, Righteous Villains. What are these other ones, Pumpkin something? Oh yeah, Pikachu, Then Came Me. Yeah, you see all the spots, but it's crazy. If you guys have seen the videos for the past couple weeks, this location has never gotten any of these new things out in here, rental, downrange. So really, really strange that this location just keeps being like that. Yeah, but like I was saying though, it's so weird though with this particular location. And I've seen and some of the other ones too, but this one in particular, has been really bad the last couple of weeks, and they just have literally never gotten in some of these releases. The fact that I have yet to ever see a copy of New Mutants in here, and it makes you wonder though, because you go to other Walmarts, and one of the other ones that I went to last week had everything out. It just makes you wonder, where are the things? You know what I mean? Is New Mutants sitting in the back, and it's been in a box for weeks and weeks and weeks? You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden they're just gonna be oh, we forgot to put it back, or just send it back. You know what I mean? I'm really wondering, because it's a weird thing. You really wonder, where are all those movies that are never getting put out in there or anything? But we're going to now though head to the other area, and fingers crossed that hopefully the Walmart out there has some of the new stuff, because I feel like they should have, Smiley Face Killers and the Possessor movie. I feel like they should have that one, and I'm really curious about which edition they have. Like I said, I feel like they're going to have the censored version, if they do carry the movie at all though. But before we head to the other Walmart, we're going to head to the Target in the other area. So into Target we go. Yeah, but in here though, in Target though, I don't see anything new. I see like Mulan from last week and Ava and New Mutants, Unhinged, you know, Coming to America 4K Steelbook and stuff like that, but I don't see anything else new in here. And I believe this was last week. They have like a only at Target exclusive Modern Family Complete Series set here, like a DVD set for $129. So that's like a new Target exclusive one. I think that was last Tuesday, I believe. But looking other than that though, I don't see anything new here. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything else new here though. So I don't know if they're going to carry that Possessor movie or Smiley Face Killers or not in here, but I don't know for sure though. But yeah, like I said, all the same stuff in here. Nothing new here changed out. Yeah, but let me know though if you guys went to Target though, if they had out any of the new stuff like the 4Ks I was mentioning, like, you know, Total Recall or Collateral or, you know, Smiley Face Killer or Possessor. Because like I said, this is the one that usually always has, this one never doesn't have this stuff changed out. So surprisingly though, it did not today though. But maybe they weren't going to have any of this stuff. I'm not 100% sure though or not. I also wanted to make sure to mention too, you guys, about a project that I'm going to be acting in coming up called He Knows. I'll put in a link though for you guys to find out more about the movie. You guys can see like the teaser for it and all that kind of stuff. So definitely check out the Indiegogo link for that one below. And like I said, you guys can find out more about that one and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, the link will be below for that one. But now gonna head to the Walmart over here, and fingers crossed, hopefully this one has out the new stuff. We'll see, you know, has out the new releases or which ones they're going to carry. I feel like they will have something, but we'll see what they've got. Into the second Walmart we go. And this one has been pretty good lately with having out the new movies. Like for the most part, the last, I think like 2 weeks or so, this is the one that I've been having the stuff be out at. But I feel like now that I said that, now I'm gonna have jinxed it and they won't have anything. But we'll see. We'll see what they've got. I think I jinxed it though, because I'm looking in here and it's all the same stuff from last week, like, you know, Beast Mode and Amityville Witches and, you know, Break Even and those ones. And some of these ones that are empty here, maybe these would have been, I don't think so. I think the Icebreaker was out a couple weeks back. I think these were all the stuff from like last week. You know, Downrange was last Tuesday. So yeah, like there's like nothing new. I looked in the front part in here as well and don't see anything out new here at all though. But I feel like they would have had something new today though. But now we're gonna head over to the Best Buy right next door, and we probably will head to the one other area to go to look at the Walmart though, and see if maybe that one has the stuff out. Because I'd like to see, you know, what kind of stuff they have. Like I'm also, like I said, curious about because like when I look online on the store locators, it says like Possessor and Smiley Face Killers are available. That's the thing that's so crazy, but didn't see them though. But maybe we'll look at one of the other ones though, just to see. Yeah, but like I was saying though, this Best Buy is right here, so it's directly across from it. And this Best Buy has been pretty good lately. They've been having most of the stuff, but it might be the same thing. I just said that and I jinxed it, and there won't be anything in there. But we will see. We'll see. And one thing too I wanted to mention though is some people are saying stuff like, oh, you know, because of what's going on in the world, like physical media is like over and all that kind of stuff. It's not the case. It's not over. It's just these stores would have these movies, you know, and there's actually quite a few things that are coming out, you know, indie movies and some of the big ones that went, you know, to video on demand and stuff like that. It's just there seems to be these stocking issues, and it's picked up in the last month. And I think that's a lot of what it is just sort of stocking issues, and maybe some of the stores might not be getting the trucks. You know, the stuff hasn't come in. I don't know what it is, but it's a real interesting thing because it's picked up the worst in the last couple of weeks. But we'll take a look though and see, you know, what they've gotten here. And usually the new stuff is around like on this side of here. These are usually the older releases here. Yeah, so these ones are all more of the older ones from the last couple, you know, like some recent ones and some older stuff. But usually the new stuff is around here. So let's see what is over here. There's a spot for Lord of the Rings, and then New Mutants. These are all older ones, so nothing new right here. They still have some of the Mulan steelbooks here. This one came out last week, the Arrival steelbook. Same with the Top Gun steelbook. That was last Tuesday as well. Let's check though over here though in the section and see what they have over here. Oh yeah, so they do have some stuff. I see some things here. They do have a Possessor here, and that one is a $27.99 for the 4K. And this is such a great film. Like, I absolutely love this movie. Now, if you guys pick up this one though, make sure you guys get the uncut version. Make sure it says uncut, because this is one of those ones that would be so censored up. Some of the stuff that's in here, some of the shots and stuff. It would, I think it'd be like the equivalent of like an NC-17 rated film, but love this movie. You guys have got to check this out. A really trippy film. They also have these ones here, Violent Evergarden. Evergarden, the complete series, and then I think this is a movie here one, $22.99 for the movie one, and then $41.99 for the complete series. They also have Collateral here, and that one's $19.99 for the 4K of that one, as well as a Yellowstone season 3 that released today, and that one is $24.99 for that one. And then Smiley Face Killers, that one is $14.99 as well. This is from the director who did the movie River's Edge. So it's cool that Crispin Glover was in this, because Crispin Glover was, you know, the star of River's Edge. So that was cool having them working together again. Also, though, they have the 4K here, and it's only $14.99. $14.99 for a 4K is a really, really great price here for Total Recall. As I was saying, this is just such a fun movie. I've watched this one so many times throughout the years. Into the third Walmart we go. And hopefully, though, this Walmart will have the new stuff, because this is going to definitely be the last one for today. Next Tuesday, though, I'm sure hopefully the stuff will be out in the stores and stuff, if not out in this one. This one last week had out some of the stuff, not all of it though, but we'll see. We'll see if they have any of the stuff. I just like to see the new releases. I feel like there might have been one or two other things that I don't know about, and they came out today, a couple of horror titles. I feel like there might have been, so we'll see though. And when I came in here though, there was a woman at the front who was like the one that says "Welcome to Walmart," that looked like exactly like Carol Baskin, but then she said, "Welcome, my darlings. Welcome to Walmart. Merry Christmas, my darlings." It was a little bit like, you know, Billy Crystal, that character, when he's like, "I'm marvelous, marvelous." It was worth coming to that Walmart just for that entrance. But let's see what we come into over here. Now this one here in the front right here never has the new things, but they're usually put here in the section. So let's see in here if there's anything out in here. So, oh yeah, I do see some of the new stuff in here. So I see in here though, Yellowstone season 3. So it's going to be $26.99 for the Blu-ray, $26.96, sorry, and $19.96 for the DVD of that one. Then they also have like a complete limited series gift set one of that one for $49.96. And also the Godfather, it's the Coda, which is the death of Michael Corleone, which is $14.99 for that one for the Blu-ray. And that's like a brand new edit of the Godfather 3. And they do have Possessor in here, and it's $14.96 for the Blu-ray, $12.96 for the DVD, and it is the censored version. So if you buy the version of this one here, keep in mind this is the censored cut of the film. So just keep that in mind. I wouldn't recommend this particular version. It is cut, so just keep that in mind. I would get the one in Best Buy, or just order it online, but make sure it says the uncut one. Other than that though, in here, like Popeye, that was out last Tuesday, but I don't see anything else new mixed in here. All these things are the last couple weeks. They have a bunch of the Christmas stuff out in here, like the Grinch one up here. Like these are like newer collectible tins for $15.96. There's like a Grinch Stole Christmas one, Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, one here. But other than that though, like I was saying, I don't see anything else new mixed in here or anything like that though. I think these ones, no, those were out a couple weeks ago. Yeah, so nothing else in here though, from what I can tell. Yeah, but at least though I found a location that had out the new stuff. It was kind of like bingo. I found one that had out the new releases, because I was determined to see, you know, the stuff in person. And I wanted to see too the cover and stuff like that for the, you know, the censored version of Possessor movie. And I feel like there might have been one or two other things out, because I didn't see Smiley Face Killers in here though. I'm pretty sure they would be carrying that one in Walmart. I think though only the DVD version of that one. But anyway though, guys, that's all for this DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video. And like I always say, if you guys enjoy these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Also, let me know in the comments below anything new you guys picked up on DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K today. And also, too, let me know anything new you guys have been watching on streaming. Any new TV shows you've been watching on streaming, or any new movies you guys have checked out, or any of that kind of stuff. And also, as well, be sure to let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks that I reviewed at the end of this video. You know, what you guys thought of them, if you guys have seen them, and also if you guys plan on picking any of them up. And also, too, like I said, be sure to check out the Indiegogo for the movie He Knows, as well, and I'll have a link below for that one. But anyway, though, guys, now stay tuned for the brand new reviews. And the first one I got here is from Paramount, and it's a movie here called Echo Boomers, which stars Patrick Schwarzenegger and Michael Shannon. And it's basically, though, about Patrick Schwarzenegger's character who, you know, he just got out of college, he just graduated, and he's kind of now at the point in his life where he's trying to get a job. And he's having a really difficult time. He keeps on going to, like, you know, applying to jobs, and he's going in there for the interviews, and it's either situations where they're like, oh, well, you know, we can't really pay, we can get you a really good internship program here, so you'll learn, you know, and have experiences and stuff like like that, but we really can't pay you yet. Or he's going to a lot of these places where they're saying, I'm sorry, you're too qualified to work here, and we can't afford to pay you what you should be earning, all this kind of stuff. So he keeps on having a really, really tough time, having no luck, and his cousin comes and kind of basically persuades him to come to him for this job. He's like, listen, I have this business that I'm doing. I can get you money and all this kind of stuff. And he comes to find out that his cousin, which is played by Alex, is it Pettyfer? Basically, his cousin, tells him though, to come to this job thing. And basically, when he gets there, he comes to find out that the cousin and his group of his friends that work with him are all going to these really rich mansions, and they're stealing all this stuff. And basically, Michael Shannon's character, he has like contacts and stuff like that from someone that he works with, or that he has contacts with, that can kind of tell you what for insurance purposes, like what these mansions have. So if they have like a really valuable valuable painting or certain items. So basically, though, Michael Shannon, he's like sending them there to go and get these things, like, oh yeah, we found out that this mansion has this item, also get a bunch of the other things as well, but we're looking for these specific items, don't mess these things up. And basically, though, that Patrick Schwarzenegger's character ends up getting with this group and going on these houses to steal these things. But the group, though, they're real crazy, though. They don't just go in there and take the items, they go there and destroy the houses. So they take what they want, then they go and like break everything in the entire house, spray paint and mess things all up and everything. So basically, Patrick Schwarzenegger's character is sort of in this situation where it's kind of like, right, once he went to the very first house, not knowing that that's what was going on, that there was all this, that the cousin was stealing things, he basically was sort of there, and he kind of like, had no choice but to join this group. So then he's like, kind of has to deal with all this stuff, and he doesn't really know what to do, and it's like a big crisis of what he's going to do and how he's going to get away from all this, and also with all this stuff getting messed up and the house is getting destroyed, it makes it even worse. But a pretty interesting movie here. Like I said, this one here is called Echo Boomers. The next one here is from Universal. I just watched this one tonight. This is actually a pretty fun movie. This has the voices of Jennifer Coolidge in here, Luke Wilson, and Cher. And this is the Bobbleheads movie. And honestly, though, like I said, this was actually pretty fun. It was basically, though, about this family that ended up going away. They were going on this trip and stuff like that. And then in the house, though, they have the family had a collection of bobbleheads. They had like 3 different bobbleheads. And basically, though, the family, though, the father, he had like a whole ton of them originally that his father owned, that he gave to him and everything like that. But then like his brother ended up stealing all the bobbleheads and ended up selling all of them. So when the family is out of town, though, the brother is coming by because he's bringing the one baseball bobblehead that he has, and he wants to trade it for a different bobblehead. And because he wants to kind of like, he has like this plan because he knows about how this one bobblehead is worth all this money, so he wants to try and trade the thing, kind of to trick his brother to, because he knows it's like worth all this money and everything. So it's basically, though, in the house, though, right when the family leaves in the beginning, the bobbleheads like come to life, and it's kind of like, kind of what happens with their toys and stuff like that, like with Toy Story kind of vibes of like what goes on. And it's basically the bobbleheads are going there, and then when the cousin, when the brother gets there and is trying to steal the one and switch and everything, they're kind of messing around and stuff like that. But it was honestly a pretty fun movie, and they even have a Cher bobblehead in here as well. But honestly, though, this one really was, I would say, a pretty fun movie. The next one here is from Warner Brothers. They sent out a free copy of this one. Let you guys know this one is available. And this is a movie which I always really love. This movie, I really like the sequels as well. Hopefully those ones at some point get a 4K release as well, because I feel like they were just as cool. Like, I really liked all the films in this series. And this is, the film Blade, which stars Wesley Snipes. And this is like a really cool vampire movie. And it's basically, though, about the character of Blade, who's going after these terrible vampires and stuff like that. And Stephen Dorff is like playing one of the head ones, and Blade is like being trained and stuff like that. And he works with who was it with? He was in here with Chris Christopherson's character, and it's just like a really, really cool, like super gritty the way it's filmed, and super gory, like vampire stuff in here as well. There's some really cool sequences in here. I always like really, really love this movie, but a really, really cool vampire film. On 4K wise too, this one looks great here on 4K, because like I said, it's a very, very atmospheric, the way that it's lit and everything like that. It has like a real gloomy, kind of grim kind of look to the lighting and all that kind of stuff, and that translates great here on 4K. So if you guys have 4K capacities, this one's definitely worth the upgrade for the 4K. And on here, though, feature feature-wise, it has a commentary track on here with the cast and crew on the 4K disc, and it has on the Blu-ray some featurettes on here, as well as the theatrical trailer, but really, really cool movie. The next one here is from Warner Brothers as well, and this is from the Warner Archive, and they sent out a free copy to let you guys know this one is available as well. This is the Tex Avery Screwball Classics Volume 2, and these are great cartoons. I remember seeing some of these ones as a kid, like, you know, especially the droopy dog in here. Like, that's the one character that I always remember, because it was like, yeah, you see the droopy dog here. Like, I don't know, I always remember that character. Like, as a kid, I used to always like that character. And this is basically, though, when you look at these cartoons, because these were from, I think it was like the 40s is when they were from, 40s and 50s. I don't know exactly for sure when they started. I can't say for sure, but when you look at these cartoons, you see how they inspired stuff like Ren and Stimpy, you know, with the animation styles, because these ones have absolutely, like, amazing, like, when you look at the backgrounds, the way that they're, these hand-painted backgrounds that are, like, absolutely, like, total artwork. You know, Ren and Stimpy did the same kind of look with the backdrops, and then, you know, also then SpongeBob, which was years later, did the same similar kind of look that, you know, Ren and Stimpy was doing, which they got from Tex Avery. But it's basically, though, these are just kind of wacky, kind of more adult cartoons. They're kids, but they're more adult kind of humor stuff that happens in them. And there was some fun ones on here too. There was like one that was like the House of the Future, which was kind of cool on here. But this is, they look great here on Blu-ray. But it also has on here, though, like, you know, feature-wise, it has a documentary, Tex Avery, the King of Cartoons, on this one here as well. The next one here, this is from, you know, Magnolia, and this is from their Magnet releasing line, and this is a movie here called Alone. And this is basically, though, this is like a creepy concept, too. This is basically about this girl who was going, you know, she was basically going, like, on a driving out kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And then, like, it's one of those kind of situations where she's driving down the road, and then, like, the person in front of her is driving, like, really slow, and she's trying to, like, you know, as soon as, like, she gets to where this car is, the guy, like, sort of is slowing down on his brakes, going as slow as possible. She tries to pass this guy, and then basically, though, then he, like, speeds up, and she almost crashes into this truck, and this whole thing happens. And then, like, right when she gets to the town, because this woman is on this trip, she's trying to get to another area, and basically, though, at the gas station, when she's, like, getting gas right afterwards, she notices the guy, you know, she's, like, sort of staring at her from the car. And then, like, later, this is not a spoiler, then later, the guy, like, then kind of comes up to her car at one point and starts saying, oh, I'm really sorry, there was some confusion, I was actually looking at my phone, I wasn't meaning to step on my brakes and stuff. And essentially what happens, though, is, in this movie, it's a situation of this guy is stalking this woman, and it's basically, it goes into these absolutely crazy directions of what happens with this guy, and he's like sort of like almost like a real life, like, deranged Ned Flanders. Like, if Ned Flanders, like, went crazy, you know, from Ned Flanders from The Simpsons, it was almost like that was what he was kind of like, a Ned Flanders kind of guy, if he went, like, crazy and started stalking this woman. And that's basically what it was on here. But I thought this was actually really creepy, the whole concept of this and what was going on, and her trying to get away, and then what, you know, happens in this movie and everything. It, like I said, it goes in these crazy directions. And on here, though, this has a Making of Alone featurette on this one here. The next one here is from Disney. And this is a movie here. This is a Disney Channel, I believe this was a Disney Channel original film called Upside Down Magic. And it's kind of like, this kind of like has like kind of vibes of like Harry Potter a little bit kind of feel to this one. So if you guys like Harry Potter, it has like a similar kind of feel to this, because it's basically about these kids who are all going to this magic school to kind of learn the, you know, that kind of kids that have like these different kind of magic tricks that they can do, where it's like they can either transform into a creature. Like, if they go, oh, you know, I can transform to any kind of creature, or they can do kind of magic with, like, making things move, or making things levitate, or floating and flying, and all those different kind of things. So basically, the kids get there to the school, then they have to do, like, these trials to see where they, like, sort and put the kids. And basically, it follows the one girl who goes there, and she has the ability to turn into these things, but she's not too good at, like, honing the abilities, and, like, the creatures she turns into don't look right, and they kind of like a cat mixed with a dragon and all these kind of things. So when she gets there, she ends up getting put into the group of kids there that don't know how to do magic correctly. And it's basically all those kids that get put there are the ones that they actually don't want to teach anything. They just say they want them to forget how to do magic altogether because they can't do it right. So that's basically a group of those kids, like 4 kids that get put into this group, and they have to kind of try and, almost, they want to prove themselves and show that they can do this. And that's basically what it's about. And it has on here, though, feature-wise, it has bloopers, deleted scenes, as well as 2 different music videos on this one here. And the next one I got here is from Vision Films. It's a movie here called Break Even. And this one was a pretty cool movie. It's basically kind of has like a vibe of like that movie called Fool's Gold a little bit. Kind of mixed with like Ocean's 11, mixed with all, like kind of like those two kind of mixed together. But like a real similar kind of vibe to Fool's Gold, the one with Matthew McConaughey. And Kate Hudson. It's basically though about this money that was kind of like, that was stolen. And like the police officers are trying to get this money, and it was taken from this drug kingpin guy. And it gets kind of like buried under the sea, and it's basically about a group of these people who are there like explorers. They take their boat out and they end up like discovering it. These like people that end up discovering this money, and they're like, oh, this money under there, and they don't know what it was. And essentially though, they come to, they took this money. Then the people who are trying to get it are kind of trying to get it as well. So it basically becomes this whole big thing about the bad guys coming after them to try and get the money, as well as the cops that are trying to get the money. So this whole big thing about trying to get this money back and trying to get away from the bad guys and stuff like that. But it was actually a really, really fun movie. On here though, feature-wise, it has deleted scenes on this one here. And like I said, this one here is called Break Even from Vision Films. The next ones here, these ones are all from Viavision. These are some really, really cool releases here, let you guys know that are available. And these ones are all Australian releases. Now, these ones are also all region free. So you guys can play these ones no problem in any US Blu-ray player. You don't have to have a special region free player or anything like that to play them. These ones, like I said, will play in no problem in US Blu-ray players. And this one here is a really, really cool collection. This is the Ray Harryhausen, The Ultimate Collection here set. And this is in this cool hardbound case here. This is a whole bunch of different Ray Harryhausen projects that he was the producer on, and was behind the amazing like stop motion effects and these like great, really cool, classic effects and stuff like that on these ones. And the movies that are on these, and I'll let you guys know the features as well. It has It Came From Beneath the Sea, which has on here a commentary track with Ray Harryhausen as well as visual effects artist Randall William Cook. On here, it has some featurettes on here. It also has the other film on here is Earth versus the Flying Saucers. That has a commentary track on here with Ray Harryhausen. Has some featurettes on here. The other film is The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. That has a commentary track on here as well as featurette. Ray Harryhausen interview by John Landis. It also has a music video on here, a vintage featurette look at the voyage. The other film is Three Worlds of Gulliver, and that one on there has the commentary track on here with film historians on this one. It also has the theatrical trailer and some featurettes. And then the other film is Jason and the Argonauts. That has a commentary track on here with the director as well as film historians. It has the Harryhausen Chronicles, the hour-long documentary that's narrated by Leonard Nimoy. Has original skeleton fight storyboards. And then the other film is the Golden Voyage of Sinbad, and that one has featurettes on here on that one. And then the last film is the Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger, and that one has a featurette as well as a theatrical trailer. So really, really great release here. Like I said, lots and lots of features on this one. I'll show you guys, though, a look inside as well at this one. And each film, too, it's on its own disc. So each film has its own individual disc for the films. And I like the way the discs look because they have like a real old school kind of look, like the original kind of like poster kind of look, like a vintage poster. So really cool the way they made the discs look in this set. But like I said, a very, very cool set here. And the other one here is from Viavision as well. And this is a really cool complete collection here. This is region free as well. So you guys can watch this one in any US player, Blu-ray player as well. And this is Sanctuary, the complete collection. And this is a show which I think it might have originally aired on the Sci-Fi Channel, I believe. I believe it was a sci-fi show. I might be wrong about that, but I remember seeing some of this when this was on. And it's basically, though, about this woman who ends up like having this team that goes and investigates monsters and creatures and trying to find creatures and things like that. And she's like working with like, with Bigfoot and like these experts, forensic experts and stuff like that. And it's basically her going and trying to find these monsters and helping certain ones and stuff like that. It's actually a pretty cool show. Like I said, I remember seeing some of this one when this was on, but this is the complete series here, and this show ran for 4 seasons. I'll show you guys the look inside. And on here, though, this is an 18-disc collection set. And this has on here, though, feature-wise, making of featurettes for each season, 38 commentaries with cast and crew, Sanctuary, the original webisodes, Season 2 sneak peeks, bloopers and outtakes, Sanctuary goes to Comic-Con, Anatomy of an Episode next Tuesday, behind the scenes, Robin Dunn video diaries, deleted scenes, photo galleries, and then in the Blu-ray exclusive has the pilot episode, visual effects, picture-in-picture. So it has the picture-in-picture as the exclusive on here. And here's a look at the discs. This one here is the complete first and second season in here. It has like on the back, and it says on here like, you know, the episodes, and then it says the features and stuff like that are on here. Here's a look though at the discs in here, and then here's a look though at season 3 of the set. And then like I said on the back, it says that the features that are on here and the episode names and that kind of stuff. And then here is the complete 4th season here of the show. Like I said, a really cool series here. Like I said, one of you guys know this one was available from Viavision. One of the other ones here from Viavision, and this is a show, I remember this as well, and this was, I think, from like 2004 to 2007, unless I'm totally wrong about that. I believe that was when this one originally aired. I have to check for sure, but I think it was around that time. This is a series here called the 4400. So 4400. This is the complete series of the 4400. This is basically though about 4400 people that had vanished, and then all of a sudden overnight just showed up. And it's kind of like, you know, they've kind of come back, and it's kind of like them getting like talked to, like, where were you, trying to figure out exactly where they were for all this time, because they were gone for a really long period of time, these missing people that just should have showed up all of a sudden. And basically though, as the people that have showed up, they like start to have like certain kind of like abilities and certain sort of weird things that are going on. It's sort of like the investigation and trying to figure out what all this stuff means, but it's a pretty cool show here. And this one aired for 4 seasons. And this one has on here feature-wise, it has a video introduction by the creator, Scott Peters. It has some featurettes on here, the Factions of War featurette, deleted scenes and blooper reel, 8 commentaries with cast and crew, alternate director's cut version of the final episode. I'll show you guys, though, a look inside the discs as well. Here's the season 1 and 2 disc set, and then the season 3 and 4 of the discs here. And just like with a Sanctuary on the back, it has the episodes and then the features that are in these ones here. And the last one here from Viavision, and this is the series which stars Jennifer Lopez and Ray Liotta. And this is Shades of Blue, the complete 1st through 3rd season here. And this one is region free as well. This one will play in any U.S. DVD player, no problem. I checked it in my standard DVD player for this one. And this is a cool show about her working with Jennifer Lopez working with Ray Liotta, and it's like a cop detective show. But I liked this one when this was on. This one, I think this was on from like 2016 to 2018, and I watched like a couple episodes of the first season of this one when this was on here. But like I said, I want to let you guys know that this one was available as well from Viavision, so some really, really cool releases from them. And the next one I got here is from Breaking Glass Pictures, and it's a movie here called Halloween Party. This one is kind of like a movie like Countdown a little bit. Not exactly, but it's basically, though, about like this meme thing that is going around. And like if people look at it and stuff like that, bad things happen to them. And it's basically like dealing with something that had happened like at the school, years ago and stuff like that. And it's basically, though, because like the one girl's friend, had died. And she like wants to investigate what had happened. And, and she believes it has to do with this meme thing that is spreading around. So basically, though, her and like these like the IT kids at the school, like the smart kids, are trying to like figure out exactly what it is that's going on. And like because like little by little more and more people are starting to die at the school, and it's all starting to look as if it has relation to this thing that is getting shared around. So it's kind of like this whole thing about trying to figure out exactly how to stop this and what they're going to do and stuff like that. But like I said, if you like stuff kind of like Countdown and things kind of like that, this has like a similar, not exactly, but a similar kind of vibe to that one. The next one here is a movie here called The Special, and this is one that I really wanted to see too because Dave Sheridan is in the movie. I just got to work with him recently on Alien Vampire Busters, and we had like really, really fun scenes in that one. I can't wait for you guys to see that. But Dave Sheridan, has been in a lot of different stuff. I always think of him as playing Officer Doofy in Scary Movie, but he's been in tons and tons of stuff throughout the years, like Bubble Boy and Ghost World and lots of really cool stuff. we're going to be working on some other projects coming up as well, but that's why I wanted to see this one, really, to see what his part in here. And he has like one of the main character in here, and he does a great job as the one character's friend and stuff. And but he's throughout the whole movie and everything. It's basically though about this guy who's like suspects that his wife is cheating on him, and he kind of becomes convinced that this is happening. And then Dave Sheridan's character tells him about this, basically going to this, I guess you would say, going to a prostitute, this like house with all these different prostitutes and stuff like that. And basically, he goes there, and there, he's saying you got to get the special, and the special is basically this box. You know what I mean? It's not like a person; it's this box with something in the box, and you kind of get the idea. And basically, though, this guy becomes totally obsessed with this box, and he kind of what's going on, and he wants to go back there, and he's not supposed to come back, and it's basically about how like obsession and stuff kind of totally takes over and everything. It's a really, really interesting movie here. Like I said, this one here is called The Special. The other one here, which is from Breaking Glass Pictures as well, this is a movie here called Day 13, and this is basically though about this guy, who's staying home, and he has to babysit his sister. And across the street though, there's the new neighbor girl that he like is obsessed with, kind of like he really likes. It's kind of like Disturbia, where he's kind of watching out the window, and he's kind of noticing though that the girl's father, who's played by Martin Kove, is like really strange acting, and he seems kind of crazy and everything. And he basically, this kid kind of gets convinced that like the father is like a Satanist, and he's gonna like sacrifice his daughter and all this kind of stuff. So he's like, convinced he's got to go over there and save her, and that's basically what it is. And then it goes in these like crazy directions and stuff like that. But it was actually a pretty cool movie. Like I said, this one here is called Day 13, and the last one here that was from Breaking Glass Pictures is a movie called Asylum, and this is twisted horror and fantasy tales. And this is a really pretty cool horror anthology film. And this is segments that are directed from directors all around the world. And it's basically though the basis of this is a guy who's like the stand-up comedian, like clown, who's going to do stand-up comedy. And it's basically he goes there and he's like kind of telling these ridiculous jokes. Then it goes and like cuts between him telling the jokes and then a horror segment. Then another comes back to him doing the jokes and another segment. And there, like I said, there are actually some really pretty cool segments in here. Really, really great production qualities and everything like that on the segments and stuff like that. And for the most part, I thought, because with the anthology segments, sometimes some are a little bit better than others, but in this one I feel like most of them really were equally just as cool in this one. And the last one I got here is from Scream Team Releasing. It's a movie here called The Last Thanksgiving. This is actually a pretty cool movie. This is basically though about this like couple that are like this crazy couple that go around, and like if anyone doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving, like if they don't stay at home, celebrate with their family, or if they go out or do anything else or anything like that on Thanksgiving, they target them and basically want to kill them. So they go and like kill these people, and that's kind of their thing, is they do these on Thanksgiving, go and kill the people that don't celebrate Thanksgiving. And basically though, this follows around this one girl that on Thanksgiving she can't go to and be home for Thanksgiving. The parents are forcing her to work at her job, because her job is like this restaurant that won't close down for Thanksgiving, because they're like, well, we're gonna get business, we got to be open and everything. So of course those crazy people end up targeting this restaurant, and then the girl is there. So they go in there to try and, kill everybody in the restaurant and stuff that are working there and all that kind of stuff. And it's basically the restaurant employees and everything having to try and survive and all that kind of stuff. And it's like a crazy, crazy movie. Linnea Quigley is in the film as well. It's, like I said, a pretty cool film. And on here, though, it has a commentary track on here, a featurette. It has a short film on here, a photo gallery, gag reel, auditions, a teaser, and trailer on this one. But anyway, though, guys, that was all for the review portion of this video. And like I always say, if you guys enjoy these videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later.